Why is it not playing? Huh. My intro is not working.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. What the hell's going on here? I don't know. Well, welcome everyone as we have technical difficulties.
Oh, see, I don't get a chance to point at my head or anything.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, how is that? Like, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I can still point at my head. It just looks stupid without music.
Yeah, it just is. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, and if I can, like I said, as Coach looks for shit to do, I'm trying to share a post.
Yeah, what's up, Jason? We see. Yeah, hockey's over for you. Yeah, we see that. So,
yeah. Well, they lasted a round longer than my Flyers did.
Well, yeah, but I think a lot of people really had the Vegas Knights going all the way. They were going to the Cup, and I think that was so. I think that's more of an upset. I don't know that, and I mean, I don't know, but I just think that the Stars really weren't that heavy favorite to get to the Cup. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the Stars were aligned against them.
There you go. The Stars were aligned. There you go. Good deal there. And so I want to get into a few things. Obviously, the Giant game, and then there was that other late game that I really didn't stay up for.
I did.
Yeah. And what did you think of the Broncos? Obviously they lost, so it's a 3-way tie instead of a 4-way tie out there in the AFC left.
Well, yeah, three out of 4 teams are 1-0 in the AFC West.
Okay. Yeah, left, because it's the left coast. They're left. Yeah.
Play off your words for the NFC least. I get it. I know what you were reaching for, Coach. I'm not that fucking dense. Okay.
Well, Nick's not here because he's a little slower, but
yeah.
And it's so by the way, just so you know, everyone, Nevada Nick is having a rub and tug right now or something, so he probably not joining us, but he may grace us with his presence. But kind of now with the football season and him having to do a Sunday morning, he's such a prima donna. He's not as hardworking as the captain, who is constantly working. The only guy on the internet that isn't working on his back to make money.
And with clothes on.
There you go.
In fact, with lots of wardrobe. Yeah, with lots of wardrobe. Lots of wardrobe. Okay. And good segue there. Wearing a Los Angeles Clippers jersey tonight because of Game 7 tonight. So a Clippers jersey with a lightning hat to see if hey Stiz, man, I would love to be graced with some extra tug money myself.
Yeah, so, right. I mean, if you're paying for tugs, man.
Yeah. I mean, I can, and I'll get with you off camera, off site, and because I tell you what, you finance it. I'll do the hard work. I'll find out where. Okay. I'll find out where. You just finance it, man, and I'll make sure it's worth my while. Only the best for your payment, baby. Only the best. Okay. So yeah, you'll be good to go. But yeah, getting back to wardrobe, an old school Los Angeles Clippers jersey number 32 for Griffin. Next one's on me. All right, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yes, we're holding you to it.
in more ways than one. Somebody's going to hold that one for you as well.
Right.
Bam. There you go. Yeah, what's his name? The kind of tall, whitish guy. I think he was. I can't even say though. Were you ever brought up? And again, not to bring any controversy to your show, but
No, not at all.
when you were brought up, okay, mulatto, okay, mulatto was a term for a mixed race person, okay, and I was brought up that was a term. I believe Mr. Griffin is mulatto in old school terms, okay. I never meant anything by it, okay, because I was told that was the term. In fact, I think was it Tony Curtis? I saw Tony Douglas. Tony Curtis played a soldier in an old movie, and he was either mixed race or his girl was mixed race, and the term came out as mulatto, and I got my ass and head blown off like a year or so ago when I said the term by a young lady whose son is by term mulatto because she's white, the father was black, and she said, "Don't you dare ever say," and she threw an F word in there because she was that adamant about it. And I'm like, for what? She goes, "Don't ever say that. That is like you almost using the N word." And I'm like, first off, I would never use the N word. And I have in the past, I admit that. The stupid people say that they never used it. But once I figured out at a very, 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 very early age that you don't use that N word, I don't use it. Okay. So I said, I apologize because I would never want to say anything about that. But again, so I know we're way off course here. I'm going to steer the ship back.
Yeah,
but I would never use such terms. But again, you got to watch nowadays with what's going on when you're older. That something that you thought that was maybe not, not uncool might be uncool. So you got to watch shit like that. You know. But anyway, LA Clippers jersey. Ah, shit. Now see Angela's here. Now it's not.
Angela's there. Cat's out of the bag. So
yeah, I was going to wait for the show.
So let me finish what I was doing before you took a sharp right turn off a cliff.
There you go.
So our kind of football season schedule really is going to be Nevada Nick and is going to be Monday and Thursday. Captain and I will be Monday through Thursday, and then of course Stiz will be there on Sunday with Nick and myself.
With one addendum, while I got you on screen,
go ahead.
I just found out, due to prior scheduling, which has come up. It's like the Marsha Breda, something suddenly came up.
That's right.
On October 1st and October 15th, I will not be on the Thursday show.
Okay.
But due to something very important that I have to take care of that I'm very proud to talk about, but I can't talk about it.
Okay.
But I will after the fact.
All right, after the fact. So after that, we'll get you and find out. But very good. But what I'm bringing up is, so Angela, now it's football season, so you got football to talk about.
Damn
she
right.
didn't really want to come on before because she wasn't really sure because we talk about so many different things.
Yeah.
But now we can focus on football and the Raiders. All right, so on a Tuesday, Wednesday, you're filling the void. You want to come on in, and because I really, and right now, if you haven't watched Last Chance U, you got to start with the current season because it takes place in Oakland. So I have a lot of questions about that. And the
Angela's
prior season is, we have the other coach who's friends of the show has been on the show before from Last Chance U. So we've had those guys on.
Wasn't he like in Louisiana or something?
No, he was originally in Mississippi, and then it was out in Kansas.
Okay.
Was that, and he wound up getting fired, and now he's Coach Brown, JB, Coach Jason Brown. But he's from LA, and I think he had a short stint with the Chiefs. Maybe I'm not quite sure, but it was. Oh, and here we are. Let everybody bow down because here it is. Without further ado, here it is.
Have no fear, Nevada Nick is here, baby.
What was it? A premature shoot off?
No! Don't say that word. Don't say that word. It was because we're going to try to maintain. We're not going to go to R. We're not going to go to R. You almost said an E word.
We can drop F-bombs. We just can't.
Right. Have no fear. Like I said,
you can't fucking say the E word. You just say, how about here was a premature excitement? There you go.
Like I said, have no fear. Nevada Nick is here. The talent has arrived for you, Coach, to talk about your Giants.
Oh, the talent. Oh, hey, Nick.
I said, Captain, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking between me and him.
Okay.
It should be the Nevada Nick show with his lowly intern, Coach Muddle. So,
and I still get producer status, right?
Of course, Captain. And Coach, I like my coffee with 2 creamers and 2 sugars, buddy.
Yeah, I put some cream in there for you.
Yeah. There's that premature E you were talking about there, Nick. Right there. I got something sweet for you.
If you guys don't mind, right to that, and Coach will tell you, it's the first thing I said, Jason. Barkley, 15 carries, 6 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually thought the Giants played tough. Just a lot of mistakes out there. You get a fumble on a punt like that, you got to put that in the end zone and get 7 points. That was almost
here. You bring that up, and let's just start with that particular thing. You had a fumble that went into the end zone.
It's a
lineman recovered it, and you did not challenge that because on the replay it looked like it was a fumble.
Right.
And one thing Raider fans know about are fumbles from a quarterback. Okay? Fumbles from a quarterback that should be called fumbles. We fucking know what they look like. It was a fumble.
Hey, Captain, was that a fumble?
It was a fumble.
Yes. So that was, rookie coach made that mistake. And then on 4th down, you got to go for it. You got to set the tone. You got to go for it there. You don't settle for 3 because you got them backed up. You're pinned back. You got to go for it there. And my 3rd strike against Joe Judge is you going for it on 4th and 1, Pittsburgh 40-yard line, and you delay a game. You went and took the delay a game. At least call a timeout and to run the play or set up the punt.
Yeah.
Now it's 4th and 6. You backed them back up. I mean, I just don't get. Those are my 3 things on Judge, and then we'll get into Tandil Jones as you go.
Yeah, it was his first game, But like I said, I thought the important
opening game since 2004 without Eli Manning being
right. And I thought they played tough. That's the most important thing. And look, football. If doesn't matter,
no,
I get
that.
Know,
I'm not qualified.
I know, but if doesn't matter, but still, Schuster getting that fumble when there's 9 Giants and just him. there was a couple plays that just didn't go their way. And if they do, I mean, look, the 2 Daniel Jones interceptions, no excuse. The one, and one thing I will say, TJ Watt is no longer JJ Watt's little brother. I mean, they should be saying the other way around. He is a beast. And look, watch out for Pittsburgh. That defense is legit.
Bud Dupree is a stud, okay? He's a stud. And the other thing, getting back to the Giants defense played well in the first half. Their mistake was when they ran the crossing route down in the end zone, the 2 DBs crashed into each other.
Alphonse and Gaston.
Yeah.
But you know what? You tackle that guy there with 7 seconds left. It's a field goal, not a touchdown, because the safety came up and tried to rip the ball loose instead of just tackle him there. You're down by 2 going into half, then instead of down by 6. It's a little bit different going in. I mean, then I was a little worried going at, in the second half. Now they're getting the ball, come back, and now all of a sudden you'd be down by 12, 14 points. But the defense held. They were able to get the ball back, and they went on this great old school Giant drive. I mean, 19
plays. 19
plays. They were chomping it down and and here we are. Okay, we're gonna punch it in. This is where we really, take the game, take control of the football game here. This is old school, and I'm watching that play. My daughter's sitting there, and I'm sitting there just going, tuck the ball. As soon as I saw him roll out of the pocket, and I'm sure I saw it on TV. You saw it. He probably didn't feel the pressure was as close as it was. I'm guessing, but in that situation, because all I saw was white jerseys everywhere. I didn't really see that blue jersey at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
Even though you're trying to throw that in a tight window, I don't think so. You tuck that, you run, maybe get a yard, maybe not. But you know what? It's second down, and you get to go again.
That was the thing, too. It wasn't like he was going to throw that away. He was trying to throw that ball and hit his. So throw it away, tuck it, drop on the ground, move on to the next play. That's one thing he needs to learn, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, because 2 bad interceptions. And, look, even if you get a field goal there, that drive – the way they, that's a big statement. The way they
get the big builder.
That was the turning point of the game. I thought that's when I think you knew it's not going to be the Giants' night. Probably not going to win. I thought their defense played well. I wasn't overly impressed.
No, don't go too far away. I'm making my point, and you're diverting. You're diverting from what my point was. Okay, that was not Clarence Davis in the end zone. And that was not Vern Dan Herter that's on the quarterback, okay, where you loft the ball.
Right.
And it's a touchdown. Okay. If anybody doesn't get that one, please write it down.
Right.
Okay. But that wasn't lofting it. He was trying to zip it in there.
I get it, but the way because he was hit, okay, it was a shot put.
Right.
Just like a certain other shot put. With the difference being that's not Clarence Davis in the middle of a pack of Dolphins. I'm giving it away, folks. If you don't fucking get it, okay. But it's there was no. I mean, it was like a row of white jerseys, a row of white jerseys. That is that take away 3, 6. That's negative points there. And then when you went back to a fumble touchdown, that's 12 to 13 points that the Giants could have had, okay?
Right.
And they didn't. And that's a shame because I was actually surprised about how well the Giants were playing overall. And I didn't even realize until later in the second half when the Steelers started going on full clicks that they were on full cylinders. I didn't even realize until somebody said that Barkley had 6 fucking yards, because I remember the long pass, out of the backfield, the good swing pass that got like 25, 30 yards or so.
Yeah.
And I remembered that. Yeah. And then they're like, wow, Barkley only got 6 yards.
Big Ben outrushed him. Now, I wasn't overly impressed with Pittsburgh's offense. So, I mean, but I thought, Giants defense played well. I think James Conner, I hate to say this because I love him. I love the story. But I know he got hurt. But, man, Snell looked better, looked faster.
Yeah.
They ran the ball better with him. I know he did have the fumble, but still, I think Snell's going to end up being the guy there. And I know, shout out to Stiz, too, and you, Coach, because you both had said about Slayton. And he was impressive last night for the Giants. Ingram just as horrible, and they got to shore up that offensive line for the Giants.
You're in a contract year. You couldn't catch a cold last night. You couldn't catch COVID if they gave it to you last night. That's how bad you played. You were wide open 7 times. 7 targets.
Not 1, not 2, 7.
Yeah. Right. He couldn't catch COVID. He couldn't catch COVID if they gave it to him.
Yeah. I mean,
that is, because that's a huge key, because if you notice in the second half, they had the other 2 tight ends in the game, and those guys were catching footballs.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, you guys do a 2 tight end. It'd be great.
Is going to be crucial now because of the emergence of Slayton and, of course, Barkley. So you're going to have to drop a guy in the box for Barkley, and you're going to have to slide coverage over to help on Slayton.
Yeah,
which is going to give that tight end.
No,
that's why I was expecting him to have a big year.
And
now, one thing about Barkley,
that's Jason Garrett staple too, is 2 tight ends that can catch the ball and are going to be useful. That's going to be very, very important for the Giants. And I tell you, the way those tight ends are, that they're big, they're strong, and they can catch. And like so with Jason Garrett using them more, and then you have Barkley, and then I'll give it back to you, Nick. I just apologize for stepping on you.
I think too much Saquon tries to hit the home run, and sometimes you got to try to, take those 3 or 4 yards.
Barkley is that, old school Barry Sanders, feast or famine guy where Emmitt Smith type of guy he's going to run it between the tackles and get you that, 1, 2 yards, 3 yards, and maybe break it, where Barry Sanders is going to run up to the line and go, maybe I can bounce it out and break it for 80 and feast or famine. And that's what you're going to have to deal with. And I think until the Giants get that offensive line steady, they played a little bit better than I thought. I mean, obviously the running game, they never really got into that rhythm with the running game. But they did look a lot better than I thought.
Yeah. But Garrett's they were very aggressive, the Steelers defense. He's got to throw some screens. Get Barkley on some screens, and then you also throw a tight end screen in there. Try to get Ingram involved. I know he didn't play, but Garrett, he's got to, and that's what worries me.
That was TJ Watt's interception because they tried to go out. They were setting up the screen inside. And TJ Watt read it very well, backed out, and I think that was a design coverage anyway. But they read it and went with it. So.
But I mean, ultimately, look, it's one game. You're in the NFC least because that's what it is. I mean, I think we all know here that the Redskins aren't going to win that division. I would be stunned.
What? Who?
Yeah. The football team.
The fucks?
From Washington.
The fucks. They're not going to win that division. And look, the Eagles and Cowboys both have tough games next week. Eagles are at home against the Rams, which isn't a W. And I mean, look, they just lost to the Redskins, so no game is. But I think the Eagles, they got to win this Rams games. Then they have the Bengals coming in, and then you can be 2-1. Cowboys got to play Atlanta, and look, Dallas is the same thing year in and year out. I mean, it's all this hype, and this year was bigger than ever. Oh, we finally got the coaching changed, and I thought he made a huge mistake, not kicking that field goal to tie it.
Yeah.
And they got to play Atlanta this week, and I would not be surprised if the Eagles and the Cowboys are both 0-2.
And the other thing is you got to play Atlanta minus what, 2 linebacker or minus the linebacker,
Van Der Esch.
tight end,
Yep.
and the guy who's gone for the season. So
and Fredericks retired, the good center, and Lyle Collins is on the IR, so he'll be out the first 3 weeks. So that line's not what they're used to. And
Malik Collins and Hurst and Rush are over on the Raiders. So they're with a coordinator as well. So the Cowboys are a different entity with all those people gone.
That's the one thing Jason is right about. The Redskins D-line is the strength of their team. You got Chase Young, you got the kid Jonathan Allen from Alabama. That D-line's legit. And look, they put 8 sacks.
And Kerrigan's still producing.
Kerrigan's good. That's a good point, Coach. He's good at the end, too.
I think, and part of that, I think you'll see Kerrigan have a good year because of the young guys having to protect them, and you'll have that wily veteran who came up big.
Yeah. 8 sacks for negative 62 yards against the Eagles.
Yeah, so and like you said, don't forget Vontez Sweat. Like Jason said, I think it was either Mississippi State or Miss, but I know he's from down there. Great defensive lineman in the SEC, and another high pick that they had. You got Sweat. You got
Yeah, I remember because they got him late because he had an issue coming out in the draft. That's why he had dropped so far to the. No, it wasn't that. They said he had a irregular heartbeat or a doctor. Some of the doctors came back with something.
Yeah, see,
but then right before the draft, like it came out that he was.
Yeah, the same thing that pushed Hurst for the Raiders down because see, I was setting up for a joke there. I says, no, it wasn't the weed, but the weed can help out that heart.
Now, Coach, where's our boy Billy? Because I'd love to talk to him now and see where his sources were out of the Big Ten. Now that there was, I guess, a Nebraska guy had a hot mic, and supposedly,
well, you had a hot mic too, and that's why you were late today.
Yeah.
Wow,
man. Is that a boat?
Yeah, right on cue, man. I was going to say, that's I thought it was my
stomach. I know, I was like, man, somebody does have a hot mic. But no, they're talking about the Big Ten starting October 17th now. Do you hear me, Coach?
The person next door firing up their Mustang.
So did you? Yeah, they're saying the Big Ten may start October 17th now, Coach. Did you hear about that?
Yes, I heard that.
Yeah, where was Billy at with that?
Yeah, where was Billy breaking that news?
Yeah.
Well, I think you kind of got the Big Ten has, I guess they got to get the shit off their face because, how do you say that you can't play when you got Notre Dame with fans playing in your backyard?
Yeah. Now, what happens with the Pac-12 now, too? I mean, now you got
no one cares.
They're out here. They're out here.
No, I know, but so you try to tell me the Pac-12 is going to have a season in the spring with no other conferences?
The Pac-12 is so fucking
but here's the problem. Also the problem is all these FCS teams that what are you doing now? Because everybody's starting to come back and play. Even here in Delaware High School just approved football. They're going to start football here. So here you have Delaware and Delaware State who already canceled their season prematurely, by the way. So, holy cow.
Plane?
Man, that's an old school plane. Man. Just really low.
Air raid. Yeah. This is not a drill. This is not a drill.
Yeah, right? Wow. But, and I'm trying to think. I didn't think there's an air show coming around here, but,
Well, you'll be seeing Nevada Nick's private plane coming in a couple of weeks, Coach,
Well, Coach might not be here. You better hurry up. Coach might not be here.
Yeah, you're gonna get an
I might be down south. Yeah.
How are you gonna do that with work?
You know what? I think that my personal opinion no fact based on any of it.
Okay.
Saying I just think that once school starts and they see the setup, I think a lot of people are going to opt back for a lot of kids are going to opt for remotely because down here everybody it's whatever you like to do. It's that they have put the choice on the folks, and I think that you're going to get mostly opting out. So, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
And I have nothing based on it. I mean, I could be wrong. People might like it, and all the kids might come back. I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, and I agree with what Angela says about schools change their minds, but I think it's all about pressure. And I think these kids want to play, and they even said Clemson's playing this weekend. Why can't we? And all these high end players were coming out and saying we're not playing in spring. We're opting out. And,
right.
I'm sure Justin Fields would have been one of those guys, too, at Ohio State. You're not going to play and risk top 10 draft status to play in the spring for Ohio State.
Plus, you got to remember, as soon as those guys sign with an agent, which is right after they play their last college game.
And they get advances, too.
They get a big advance of money. So they're you're cutting into their pay, so to speak. So
no, so to speak at all. Deliberately,
right?
Definitely.
That was the big thing with Weber and Michigan. He got an advance while he was still playing from a booster, and then never paid him back. And the booster supposedly, kind of dimed him out. But yeah, I mean, look, and a lot of these kids too. Where they're either coming from rough areas or if you have a single mom. I mean, you're going to get paid, man.
Yeah, you want to support your family. I get it. I understand. I've seen it. I've been there, and I know where those guys are at, and so I don't fault them at all with that.
Or you get paid with a tractor like Ricky did in the movie with
Blue Chips.
Blue Chips. There you go.
Yeah, and don't fuck with Anthony Hardaway's mom either, man. She's a rough bitch. She definitely from the hood of Chicago. Yeah, definitely so.
Yeah, so big game tonight in basketball, man, for me, because obviously I had, and thank you, Captain, for wearing that. I have the Clippers going and winning it all. So if they lose tonight, I'm gonna be very upset because I have serious money, on the Clippers. And not just that, I think we'd all agree. I want to see LeBron Kawhi. I really want to see that. They're debated as the two best players in the NBA.
It might not happen.
I know. No, I mean, look, Denver was down 3-1 last series against Utah. Came, firing back. Clippers have had 15 and 19-point leads in the last two games and blown them both. I mean, the momentum's on Denver's side. The pressure's on the Clippers. I mean, with bringing in Kawhi and, look, I mean, I'm concerned. I'm not going to lie. So I'm hoping we can sneak out of this one tonight.
I would like to see that for a basketball standpoint.
Right.
But for a theatrical standpoint, I want to see the Clippers lose because Stephen Smith, and yes, I got that right. It's Stephen Smith, ASS.
Yes.
Literally today said he's going after Kellerman. If it doesn't happen, I think that would be worth the price of admission anywhere is to see Stephen Smith take it out on Kellerman. I'd actually tape that. I can't stand that show, but I would tape that.
I can't either, Captain. And I used to watch it. And I got if you guys could just give me like 2 minutes here, because there's 2 points I'd like to make. One against, as you said it perfectly, he is an ass because one, he called the hiring of Steve Nash white privilege which was BS, and it was wrong against Steve Nash, who's nothing but a good guy, because Doc Rivers, the same thing happened for Magic Johnson, Mark Jackson. There's more play. All had the same opportunity where they went right into head coaching. and didn't, coach it or be an assistant coach or doing anything before. And, to say it was white privilege was wrong. Now, could there be more African-American coaches? Yeah, but that was wrong to Steve Nash, and I didn't agree with that. And then 2, to Skip Bayless. Dak Prescott came out and talked about depression and admitted how his brother committed suicide. I guess it was in the offseason. And he admitted with his brother committing suicide and the whole isolation and everything, he was depressed. And Skip basically said it's a sign of weakness. You're the leader of the team, and you shouldn't have done that. And shame on him for doing that. And then both of those guys, neither of them, Skip don't know shit about sports, and he just does things. It's both of them say shit for shock value to get people on there, and they tune in when you should just not tune into them because they're both clowns. Both, and neither of them deserve to be on TV.
Here. That's fucking. Hey, take
damn
this,
right.
Put this in your goodie reel, Nick, because that's a wonderful dissertation.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Damn right.
Yeah, no, that's they both do. They just do shit for shock value. And it's just have some integrity and some. Look, we're here to talk about sports.
Well, aside from occasionally a joke or 3 from me.
Right, of course. From all.
And you getting a rub and tug, than that,
well, come on. Robert Kraft. I follow Robert Kraft's lead.
There you go. Right in.
You've had some of your better meetings at the rub and tug with Robert Kraft.
Yeah.
Hey, and you missed it, Nick. You missed it. Stiz owes me one.
Oh, wow.
Not that
that's all I gotta say. You see my hair all discombobulated.
Not that he owes me one, but he's gonna pay for the owes me one. Because it's not gonna be done by Stiz. Stiz, I love you to death. You pay, you don't give. Okay. I don't do that, but appreciate you footing the bill, not footing.
Yeah.
Now also D'Antonio from the Rockets is out there. He said he left. So now the Sixers have kind of fallen into a situation where you got Billy Donovan. D'Antonio doesn't fit the Sixers.
Yeah.
And I don't like D'Antonio either. He's one of those coaches you're going to win in the regular season and fail in the playoffs. You don't want that.
Kind of like
you need 3-point shooters too. But I think Billy Donovan, that's who I want for the Sixers, and that's who I like. I think it's between him and Ty Lue.
Yeah. And Billy Donovan is like, and I like Ty Lue, but Ty Lue I think Ty Lue got set up with the teams that he had. He was like set up with superstars. I mean, Ty Lue would be great for the Sixers. And in fact, he's set up with superstars. But if you want a good fucking basketball coach, you get Billy Donovan.
I agree.
And that would be the best person for the Sixers right there.
And with Westbrook going out the door last year, everybody thought the Thunder were going to be terrible. Right. And they were the 5 seed, and they played the Rockets 7 tough games with an aging Chris Paul. So, I mean, very impressive. I like Billy Donovan. I was surprised. I don't know what happened there. I think Billy Donovan knows the Thunder aren't headed in the right direction. I mean, obviously, Westbrook's gone now. Chris Paul's getting older. And I think there is no better matchup than him and the Sixers. I really do. I think it's a perfect fit.
Well, I think that the Thunder got the Chris Paul that's in the commercials for State Farm.
Yeah,
they got the not quite Chris Paul because,
right.
But, as long as they get the real Chris Paul,
right?
Wouldn't it be unique if both Donovan and the real Chris Paul go to the Sixers?
It would. I don't know what it's going to take, because Stiz had brought that up, and one of the rumors was Horford. I don't know if they take that contract on. Plus, they already have Steven Adams in OKC, and it's not a big man's league anymore. But I would love it because I think that's what the Sixers need. The Sixers need an older vet.
I agree. I think they need to bring in an older vet to kind of show them the way a little bit. And something for the kid. Who can't shoot a 3, someone to coach him up a little bit on the floor, kind of. I just think that's an outsider's take.
Well, and look at Jimmy Butler right now. He's that kind of guy, and boy, they could have used him.
And there you go, Redick and Butler with that team. they would have been in the conference finals
At least.
if not the finals
Right.
with Reddick and Butler on that team, and
100%.
how Elton Brand still has a fucking job. The old Clipper Elton Brand still has a fucking job is beyond comprehension.
I agree 100%. Yeah, I mean, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. The whole you traded for Saric and Covington, both good players, for Butler, and then just to let him walk, and you get Al Horford back. I mean, it's just too much. Look, I understood the trade; it was a good trade. Butler made sense. They were a couple bounces away from making it to the conference finals last year and maybe making a run because what happened to Golden State. And if they went in the conference finals, the Sixers may have won it all last year. I mean, who knows? But, Elton Brand should be gone. And this guy's flying all around your house, Coach. I don't know. I think Coach feels coke. He's getting coked up by his house in the bay there.
What?
I think you sell coke, and they're dumping coke right now in the bay right by Coach's house. That Coach can,
wait, get him out.
I've just wondered, they're flying so low. I don't know what the deal is. Man.
It's weird because Coach is going back from Florida and PA a lot. I don't know. Going down Florida.
Wait, whoa. I don't.
I tell you, I remember what I do for a living, man. And I have worked with folks that ran shit in the past as far as, for DEA sources and shit. So, you fit the profile, older guy that nobody would think about, that has the means and the way.
Did you watch the movie Mule? Did you watch the movie Mule?
Yeah, that's why I want the fucking truck he had. But I can't do that until I know I got a job in October.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, 2 weeks, Captain. A little over 2 weeks. Hopefully, all's well. And then what, Captain? That you got another year.
Oh yeah, at least. Okay. At least.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hopefully a year, and then the other year, and like I said, other than October 1st and the 15th, which, like I said, you missed it, Nick. I won't be there for the 1st and the 15th. I thought that, let's put it this way: normal activity that normally goes on Friday nights are going to be on Thursday nights, and I am going to be duly occupied in something good for the community. Okay, that's the only thing I'm saying.
All right, so they're moving Friday night football to Thursday night. Is what
I would never say that, because that would just be an obvious fucking thing that I wouldn't say on camera. You could have conjecture, but I'm just not saying.
Well, hey, man, like we said, speaking of Thursday night football, what a doozy we have this Thursday.
Yeah,
we have the Cleveland Browns.
Awesome.
Wait!
I'm the producer.
You know what?
Well, wait a second. Before we go to Thursday, why don't we fucking talk about the Broncos?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We didn't even get through the Bronco game yet.
Yeah. I didn't know. I thought you guys talked about it. Yeah.
We said a shit ton of
talk about the Broncos
Giants. Yeah.
I missed most of the game. I saw some of the first quarter. Obviously, I know the Titans won by a late field goal. I will say this: Gostowski missed it like 3 field goals and an extra point.
And an extra point, and the odds of an NFL kicker doing that is like astronomical.
Something Nick would pick up in Vegas. He would compute the odds on that one.
Okay, you thought he would have
been a multi-millionaire last night if you would have bet that in a prop bet.
Well, now you know why the Patriots got rid of him, because he used to be the guy,
He was in the top 3 in field goals, yes.
Yeah, now it's Justin Tucker and everybody else. I mean, Justin Tucker's the best kicker, and then I don't even know who you would name 2, because there's nobody that's consistent like Tucker. Although the Raiders kicker, like I said yesterday, Captain, very impressive with that 54-yard field goal on Sunday.
Yeah, and we're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring it back to the AFC West, not the left, like you missed.
It is the left. You're on the left coast. It's the left.
Okay. Well, I never call me anything left.
Yeah.
No, never call me anything left. I'm definitely not left. I am with the AFC West. Okay.
With the AFC left. Okay.
No. There's no left when anything that it concerns Captain Jack. It's definitely center to west.
He's not into NASCAR then either.
Yeah, no, that's the RTL circuit. Rednecks turning left.
Okay.
It's not NASCAR, it's RTL. Rednecks turning left. Okay. Anyway, because we were talking about the Broncos, let's give the Broncos some due from somebody who actually stayed up. I admit, I was nodding off at the end of the Giants game. I really did. Yeah, I was like this. I'm like, oh shit, I got to stay up and I got a second wind, and I watched the Broncos game in entirety. And if you had not watched the game, which Nick did, and no offense,
I didn't either.
I did because I was on assignment as a good producer that I was going to make sure I stayed up for it. Okay. The Broncos defense played inspired. Okay. Wow. They got a really good defensive line, and that's gonna rush the passer and cause a lot of havoc for everybody that they play. The one kid, Harris, who was drafted by the Raiders or picked up by the Raiders, and they got rid of him. The same guy that knocked the ball down at the very end of the game last year, which brought the Broncos that win against the Raiders, even though the fucking officials gave it to them because they didn't score the other touchdowns that they should have. I digress, though. But anyway, Shelby Harris and the other kid in the middle, great push. They're going to get that all year long, okay? They're going to miss Von Miller, but, everybody else in that defense has showed up. They're going to miss Chris Harris, but I tell you, their secondary looked good as well. The problem was with the Titans is that, my God, with Gostkowski missing 10 fucking points. And again, when you're a gambler, the 10 points would have been very important for folks who were trying to cover spreads and shit like that. And just like the guy was saying last night, I couldn't believe. And yeah, thank you, Stiz. Knock him up. I'm going to get to him too as well. 10 points that they were down. The Titans eventually just were firing on cylinders. It was Derrick Henry and Brown and the other kid and the tight end. And I tell you, Tannehill looked good. That offense looked good. The defense looked good. But every time they went down there, missed field goal, blocked field goal, missed field goal, and then when they got the touchdown, missed extra point.
The one thing I saw from the box score, Henry only averaged like 3.7 yards a carry. But now I know they'll keep going to him. Yeah. I didn't see the game, like I said, Captain, but it looked to me like the Broncos should have run Melvin Gordon more because he was averaging like 5 yards a carry.
Yeah, with a fumble.
I didn't know the fumble. Okay.
Yeah, he had a fumble at a very precarious time, and they ran Gordon only after their main back got injured, okay? And his name escapes me, but their main running back got injured, which meant that they had a lot more Melvin Gordon to use. And Gordon looked good. He showed the jukes that, got him a good contract there, but he had an important fumble at an inopportune time for the Donkeys. And that was encapsulated. You all things being even, okay? Judy dropped, and I love this as well. Everybody was extolling the virtues of Judy. Judy sounds like a Cary Grant movie. Judy. Right. Okay, don't yawn on my joke, Coach. This is good shit. Okay, they were extolling the virtues of Judy. Dropped passes at inopportune times, and I told you before, and I got rid of the stats. I'm sorry to say, Ruggs didn't drop shit in college.
He had 4 catches for 56 yards, Judy.
Yeah, but Judy
still, it's one game, so let's see. But no, I mean, let's see what more. Ruggs got hurt. I think he had the one big pass for 55 yards. I don't know if he had any other catches on Sunday.
No, he got injured. He got injured after that, but that's what I said. So hopefully, you will see at the end of the season. You will see at the end of the season that Ruggs is going to be a better receiver for that get. But with Stiz picking up Edwards in the fantasy draft, and I didn't forget about you, Stiz. I know you were talking about it. Edwards is going to be a blockbuster for the Raiders as well. I don't know whether he's going to be – he'll actually probably have better stats than the kid out of Penn State that the Broncos got in the 3rd round. Kind of like, that first round, third round guy, the Raiders and Broncos both. I don't say they reached for receivers; they grabbed receivers that they needed in those rounds. The Broncos got a good one with the kid out of Penn State who can fly. I think he's actually going to be a better receiver than Judy. And the Raiders got a really good receiver in Edwards in that round because of his injury. So they both did well. The Broncos are going to be a good team in the AFC West. They're going to be hard to beat this year.
And let's not forget Fant, too. I like the tight end Fant. Noah Fant, obviously, for the Broncos. I think and Drew Lock, threw for 202 yards. I'm looking at his stats here. Yeah, 216 yards, excuse me. Not a great, per average per pass, but 66% completion percentage. So, I think there's some things to work with. But still, like, Captain mentioned, losing Von Miller is going to hurt. But, last night's game, too, that fit the Titans' style of play. They like the close, gritty games. And as Captain mentioned, look, if Gostowski hits his field goals and extra points, it would have been a different ballgame.
But I'm tell you what, though, I'm going to lay that loss at the end on their damn head coach. And he tried to play it off like, oh, well, we got the guy out of bounds, which prevented us from using one of our timeouts. And then the guy dropped the ball, which prevented us from using one of the timeouts. Hey, fucktard, you use your timeouts at like 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. You start using your timeouts then, not when you get the guy out of bounds, not when they throw an incompletion and they just gift wrap it for you. He legitimately lost the game, or at least any semblance of the Broncos having a real shot at the end. Instead of they had like 17 seconds, they could have had about 30 seconds, maybe even more, if that ass fuck for the Broncos would have used his timeouts early on. And even Brian Griese, the dolt that he is, I know he's from Michigan, but I can't stand Brian Griese. I know you can use he
was a Bronco too.
Yeah, I know, dude. That's one of the reasons why they showed the thing. I'm just saying, don't like Brian Griese. And he played quarterback with some other guy whose name escapes me as well. Anyway, okay, not at the same time though. But I tell you, and I can't remember his name, but Fangio. There you go. Vic Fangio fucked over that game for even a semblance of a chance to win for the Broncos.
He's a defensive coordinator, not a head coach.
Yeah, he is. No. He is the head coach.
No, I know. No, I'm saying he's a defensive coordinator, not a head coach. Okay. That's the problem. Right. He shouldn't be the head coach.
Before we're getting up on it, I want to just throw this off the waiver wire. Some news here for you guys. This is per the NFL.
I saw
Allen Robinson has asked the Bears if he could be traded.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is also the Browns are shopping shitter. I mean OBJ.
I don't know about that one, but I mean, who's going to trade for him? And what he's going to get?
Somebody stupid like Jerry Jones.
Well, I think somebody who,
I don't think Jerry Jones will.
I could see him going to like San Fran where they think they're receiver away, something like that. And now also here, the Jets placed Le'Veon Bell on the IR. They signed a former Dolphin, Kalen Ballage.
Yeah.
And the Chargers are working out running backs. And the Cardinals are trying out veteran kicker Mike Nugent.
Mm-hmm.
Broncos running back.
Cat scratch fever.
Trying to get a second opinion.
Yeah. The Cardinals look good
out
on Sunday.
But also just in, Michael Thomas may miss several weeks with the high ankle sprain.
Wow, that's not good for my Saints, but I think there's enough talent.
Saints?
I picked the Saints to win the Super Bowl. That's why I'm saying it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But, in that respect, they're your Saints.
They have a good team. As we saw Drew Brees go out last year, they maintained. That defense is good. And let's not forget, too, they didn't have the defensive end Davenport on Sunday either when they roughed the Bucs up. And Tom Brady, who I wonder, I know it's only one game, but, Arians kind of, was critical of him.
Well, he threw him under the bus, man.
Yeah.
That's not bad. You know, Tom's not used to getting thrown under the bus.
Right.
Oh,
and then
I love it.
Le'Veon Bell, what you were saying, the Jets don't
love it.
care because they're a dumpster fire. They know. I mean, Gase is gone. They should just fire him now. I mean, that team's going to be a disgrace this year. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But like you said, it's a shame because they're wasting a good quarterback like Darnold. And if I were him, I would get out of town. I wouldn't sign anything, and I would try to get out of town.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree. Angela has a good question for you there, Nick. Did you see it?
All right.
Wow. So Raiders Saints, it's in Las Vegas.
Yes.
I'll tell you this. I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders win. With Michael Thomas being out, I think the Raiders are going to key on stopping the run. Breeze hasn't been as impressive. Here's going to be the thing. The Saints defense is really good. Like I said last night to Coach, what could the Giants offense do against that Pittsburgh defense? What can the Raiders offense do against that Saints defense? If they can put up 20 points, they can win the game.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. So we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back on Facebook. Thanks for hanging out on YouTube. Make sure you like the page. We greatly appreciate it. Also, tell your friends if you want to listen to it via podcast, what is it? Spotify, Google, Apple, wherever you listen to your
Quick Potato when he says Google Plus your sister's ass, the Pony Express. And Angela, no, I think the Saints will win, but I'm saying the Raiders got a shot. And I'll tell you this, if it was this full stadium in their first opening game, I really would think the Raiders would have a shot.
Yeah,
right.
I think so too.
I agree.
I think that with that Michael Thomas injury, if they key on Kamara, okay,
right.
and if they key on Murray, because again, got to stop the running game.
Right.
The thing that you're going to get with Breeze, okay, you need to make sure with Breeze and that asshole who plays quarterback here, you need to throw pressure on him. The Raiders did not have any pressure last week against Bridgewater. They literally touched him twice that I saw. They need to put pressure on Breeze. No pressure.
Right.
They're going to get picked apart.
Because he'll pick you apart. Yep. And he's accurate and he'll find the open guy and he'll just go down his checkdowns. A very intelligent quarterback with a great play caller in Sean Payton.
Yeah. And they do got Jared Cook, who's a hell of a tight end.
Right. And you still got, obviously, Emmanuel Sanders, too. But still, it's different when Michael Thomas, he's the best receiver in football.
Right.
And he will be missing the game.
Yep.
Look at
I like playing.
All right, listen, guys.
Who could ask for anything more? And I was about ready to
Coach,
see that anyway.
How do you feel? Wouldn't you rather play a team's best? I would. Captain wants the whole damn team to be hurt. He don't care. Captain's like,
like I said, and this is for me and Angela. Now I'm going to say this, Coach, and then you can get out on this one. I want to break that fucker in half. That guy who plays quarterback for the Bucks. I want the Raiders to do it to finally do the closure of the karma from a fucking Chuck 20-something years ago. Okay. Or close to 20. I want that. I want that.
You like that?
I just Brady. Who can ask for anything more?
All right, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Take it easy. Bye-bye. Yeah.
You're still